Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. I am Gigi, you know, the knitter, the blogger, and the yarn hoe, coming to you with yet another episode of Confessions of a Yarn Hoe. Guys, I feel like I should sing again. I really feel like I should sing again because I got the sweetest hangover. Listen. As you know, if you've been following me, you know that I just returned from Ohio. I was invited by Around the Table Yarns to visit and have a discussion about the diversity and inclusion issue that we have in our industry. So we're going to talk about that. I have footage. I'm going to try to make this less than an hour, but I have footage, and I think you guys need to see the love unfold. So I'm going to share that. I have an update on sock schools, so I will share that. And I have some mail. So the mail and the gifts. I wasn't expecting gifts. So yeah, you guys ready? I'm not gonna babble. Let's just do this. So, fly out Friday, get to the airport, flight delayed, no worries. I worked a half day, I get to the airport, blah, 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 right? I haven't traveled in a long time, so I forgot the whole hustle and bustle of that bit, but it worked out, right? Finally got there. The store is owned by two women, Pam and Beth. Beth was waiting for me when I came down the escalator. And for us to be meeting for the first time, if you were watching, you would have assumed that we were long lost friends. That initial embrace was perfect. My comfort level was here instantly. So Friday night went to the shop. They ordered in food. I got to meet the family. I got to meet the rest of the staff. My Kim was there, who didn't ask me if I was coming to Ohio. She told me, "You're coming to Ohio, and the owners of the shop are going to get in touch." Okay. So Friday night was bring me to the shop. Let me see the shop. Let me get a feel for it before we got started, and it was crowded and so forth and so on. And Friday night, I got my first surprise. And my first surprise was this custom blend of yarn dyed by Honeybee Yarns. So not only was I there this past weekend, but Honeybee was having a trunk show. And this lovely, lovely yarn is called Aren't You Glad that Gigi is coming? Isn't this pretty, guys? How pretty is this? So we're going to talk about the yarn store. And you'll see clips in the footage, so I'm not going to drone on about that. What I do want to discuss here before I share the footage is, you guys that have been with me for a minute, you know that I am truly an advocate for a decent yarn shop, right? And you know, in order for a yarn shop to fall on my what I call decent yarn shops, or a yarn shop that I will endorse, it's probably three major things, right? One being a welcoming, friendly environment, right? So check. Two being a decent selection of yarn, right? Check, check. They have that. When I tell you, and you'll see, did I do that in my live? I think I have footage of it, but just in case I don't. As I walked around the store, which they have laid out by weight, right? So you start from your lace weight and it goes all the way around to the heaviest they have, which I believe is bulky, right? And I kept twisting labels. Never heard of this company. Never heard of this company. Never heard of this company. And what I loved is they cater to everybody, because you had your natural fibers, your acrylic, you had every price point, you know, going from a $2 a skein to a $20 or more per skein. So they really accommodate everybody. So that's the other thing that's key. And then the third thing is parking, right? You don't want to have to run and try to find some place to park, and they have parking. They're in like a little shopping center, so there's parking. So never mind the big table. Like the name of the shop is, forgive me, Around the Table Yarns, and they have this long table that takes up the length of the store, which is what it's about. The community sitting down, gathering, knitting, venting, feeling, loving, laughing, learning. All of that happens at that table. Guys, seriously, if you find yourself in the Cleveland area, you must attend. Not attend. You must visit, stop by, and go see Pam and Beth. You have to. I've been to many a yarn store. You guys know that. And every yarn store has their qualities, their personality. And for me to just meet these women for the very first time, you know, have no real connections to the Cleveland, Ohio area, I was at home. When I tell you they opened up their arms, husbands, children included, dogs included, and embraced me. I mean, my flight was canceled. So I'm like, okay, where am I staying tonight? To open up your home and have me in your guest bedroom, it just, guys, I don't want to get over. Love feels so much better than hate. I promise you it does. It just, okay, so let me tell you about all the gifts and these new companies that I have found. So right here, right now, I'm going to say, before I start this part, don't be fussing at me. I'm telling you right now, you're going to see stuff that you want to buy. I will put the information in the down bar. You're going to see things that people you have not heard of before. My full expectation is that you go follow them and you tell them that Gigi sent you, right? And if you're not in a place to shop from these people, that's cool, but you could tell somebody else about them. You could share this video and say, go check out all these new indie dyers. I know there's a million of them out there. I never claimed to know everything, but there were so many that I had never heard of. So many of them were present. It was just wonderful weekend. So get ready, get your pen, get your paper, get ready, because here it comes. Okay, so the first one naturally was the star of the weekend, which was Melissa of Honeybee Knits. She is out of the Dayton, Ohio area. Again, dyes, indie dye dyes from her home. So this one is called The base is Queen Bee. It's superwash, 80% superwash merino and nylon. So I would say this is your sock yarn. It comes in 400 yards, and look at those colors. Look at those colors. That's pretty, right? So she is the genius behind my Aren't You Glad That Gigi's Coming. So Honeybee Yarn was the first, and this was a gift from her, and I have 4 skeins of the Gigi exclusive colorway that was gifted by the ladies from around the table. Beth and Pam were kind enough to say, take whatever you want, Gigi, take whatever you want. So I just thought that was so cool. So then you had another dyer in the, as I was walking around the store, that I had never heard of, and she's local to Cleveland as well, and that's called Superfine Yarn Company, and the label says handmade in Cleveland, Ohio. So she's really local, right? And this particular one, I'm not quoting, but I believe she said this is new, and this is called Lorraine Mint Sock, and the content is 60% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 20% mint fiber. I didn't know you can get fiber from mint, right? So me dummy, am I supposed to taste it? Where's the mint coming? But I will tell you, I'm not sure how the mint is included in the squish factor, but guys, this really feels good. And does it say a colorway? It doesn't say a colorway on here. It just says Vesper. I don't know if Vesper is the colorway or if that's the name of the base. And it does say that this is hand wash only. So she was kind enough to gift me those, as well as these two lovelies. So as you can see, everyone was sticking to the orange theme. So this is her mohair, and this is called Sureway Kid Silk, and this is 72% kid mohair and 28% silk. Pretty colors. I'm thinking these two together can do a hat. And then you have her Erie single. This is called, and this is 100% superwash. Again, she says hand wash on them, and pretty colors, right? So that was those two young ladies. Then you had Jamie from M1. So I'm gonna say Make One Yarns. She drove up with 2 others from Detroit. I ain't even gonna talk about Natalie from Detroit Knits. I'm not gonna do it, but guys, isn't this pretty? So wait, she said, I don't have my phone. I think this is worsted weight, because she was like, oh my God, Gigi, I forgot to put a label on it. I want to say she said it was worsted weight. I forget how many yards, but she did tell me that in a note. So I will make sure that I include that in the down bar. But isn't that yummy? Isn't that yummy? Now, she also gave me, she makes candles, handmade candles. But look, it has, can you guys see the print? The knit, isn't that gorgeous? And it's vanilla. It smells so good. And she gave me 2 stitch markers, Gigi. And I can't find my stitch markers. So I'm going to have to go on her site and buy them, because I was all psyched about my Gigi stitch markers and I can't find them in my bag of stuff. So I'm going to go back. So that was that. Then we have this. Is her name on this? She sent me a note too, and I will get the name and tag, but I got this pretty yarn. It's alpaca, and this is from, it says the Artful Surrey alpaca, hand dyed, locally raised, farm fresh. It is baby Surrey alpaca yarn with 30% merino and silk. It's 200 yards. So that's pretty, right? anytime I see like pink and orange together, I think me and Christy Glass, right? And then it was this cute little pouch, and it has slippers in it, guys. Isn't that cute? Just everybody was just so good to me. Do you understand what I say when I say I have a love hangover? It was just all the love, all the love, all the love. And then another woman, and I don't believe she sells anything. I think she was just a knitter, but look at my little pouch, my coin purse that she knit for me, guys. How cute is that? How cute is that? That is so flippin' cute. And then inside was the cutest little scissors. Aren't those cute? Do you understand what I mean by the love, guys? Is that the cutest little coin purse ever? Ever, 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 ever. It is ever. Then another lady, she makes jewelry. So she made me a bracelet that has all the orange little gems on it, and a skein of yarn, and a dangling G and a block G. So this is so cute. Oh, I guess I was supposed to open it to put it on, but it fit on my wrist anyway. She did not give me her information, so I will try to find her information to share if anybody is interested in patronizing her jewelry making skills. But that was that. Then you guys know about Twisted Tina fibers. Tina's Twisted Fiber. So Tina's Twisted Fiber gave me this, and I don't have the pom-pom in here with me, but she gave me a rust pom-pom that matches with this. So this is absolutely going to be a hat. I'm already telling you that now. This is called Rotten Pumpkin. This Rotten Pumpkin is going to be a hat because she gave me the perfect pom-pom to match with it. So that was that. And look at her little stitch markers, guys. Like when I said, what is that, an earring? She started laughing. She said, it's a stitch marker. I said, okay. Cute, cute, right? So she gave me that, as well as she did say that all of her yarn, her skeins come with a stitch marker on them. This one has a sheep. She gave me this also, and this colorway is called Maui Sunset. Again, another indie dyer worthy of your coin. So some options, spread the love. Tina's Twisted Fiber. And she gave me this little kit of minis, and it's called Twisted Halloween. That's cute, right? This might be a giveaway. This might be a giveaway. One of you lucky folks might wind up with this, but that's from Twisted Tina. And there was she gave me a set. Well, now these are earrings. The other ones were stitch markers. These are earrings. So I think that's so cute, like to wear to Vogue or Rhinebeck. I think those are cute. And then Superfine gave me a little peach progress marker. These I grabbed. They're stitch markers. You guys know I love hearts. So these are carried in Around the Table yarns, and they're from Riv Creative. So they're little metal stitch markers, but they're hearts. I love hearts. So that was that. Pam, one of the owners, her son, what's that, 3D printing? Her son makes these bowls. They have them all over the shop. So she had him make me one in orange. How cute is that? Is that cute? So what I'm not sure of is, do they sell these? I don't know. I'll find out. But how cute is that, guys? And that's 3D printing. Is that cool? Technology, man. Technology. So that was that. And then, what am I missing? Oh, let's talk about this ma'am right here. Bella Cardan. She's Karen Keating, designer for accessories for fiber artists. She can be located at bellacardin@etsy.com. Now, I know for a fact that I have footage of her explaining how she came up, but she gifted me with this bag, and this is called a sock box, and this pattern she named it Gigi, right? So a couple things that I love about this, right? So one is orange. Two, I love these little feet on the bottom, right? So it can stand up and you don't have to worry about the fabric actually getting dirty. I love that. There's a big pocket on both sides. When you open it up, it has that metal bar around there so that it will remain open for you, so you can kind of sit and, you know, grab your yarn. The other thing that I really love is this yarn feeder, right? So you can lay your yarn in there and snap it closed. So let's say you're doing color work, right? And you can snap, you know, lay the yarn on either side, snap it closed. You don't have to worry about it getting tangled. Leave the balls inside the bag, feed the yarn through these feeders, and knit on, baby doll, knit on. And then inside, there's like, you know, there's more pockets, of course. So there's two pockets inside. There's little pockets on each side that will hold your notions. And then it has that cake divider. So if you had two cakes, you were doing the color work, they would sit on both sides. It has a divider. Guys, I am in love with this bag. So in the video where she explains, she will do custom. So in the footage, I'm going to show you where she sat down and showed me some of the other bags. Now this is the smaller one. The large one is a beast. The large one is a beast, and her skills with the custom. So yes, I will absolutely include her information in the down bar. You need to check her out. There are a lot of project bags out there. There are a lot of bags that are made for knitters, but when I say this is so well thought of, and the material, it's like quilted, and it's like double quilted, so it's so sturdy. And like the handles, how they're stitched down and go all the way underneath the bag, so you're not going to have to worry about it coming off. Guys, blown away. Wow. Blown away. I did not expect gifts. I was, wait, sorry. So Pam comes to get me from the hotel Saturday morning, and of course the first thing I spotted was her orange wrist ruler. Now, you guys know I already have one. I've had multiple. I've had one that Gunner chewed up. I have another one currently that's filthy because I wear it all the time in the shower and whatever, and I think it's just getting crazy. So I plan to take better care of this one. But I was like, oh, you guys sell that? Because I need to replace mine. She was like, no, this one is yours. So then, have you guys seen the thin wrist ruler? I know I hadn't. So I was like, well, wait a minute, is that a thin one? And she was like, yeah, they saw these. I don't know, I don't want to tell the story wrong. Did she say they were at TNNA, or their yarn salesperson or rep had them or showed them to him? So she was like, I can order you one. I was like, cool. So, you know, one of the lulls in the day, I was like, okay, don't forget, we got to order my brand. She was like, this one is yours. I was just kidding. So guys, what I like about these thins one, instead of the way that it closes with the little button there, this is a magnet, so it just snaps closed. So you know I'm on the hunt. I think she said they only come in black and brown. You know I want a brown one too. I love this. So it was just the talk. You know, we talked about diversity, inclusion. Both days the conversation went very well. So it was 2 days. So 2 different crowds. Everybody had on orange. You know, most people had on something orange. It was just so good. It really was good. So stay tuned for footage. I really need to go through my footage because my Christine, my new niecey poo, had my camera, so she was recording. So I got to get, I'm sure I have some good clips of the talk, and I'll share that in the footage. Okay? Okay. All right, so sock school. Did I knit this weekend? If I knit 5 rows in total from Friday to Sunday, I did a lot. Every time I tried to sit down to knit, it just didn't happen. But I will show you guys that I am ready to decrease. So I am going to start my toe, and this one should be finished. I'm hoping I can finish this tonight, actually. So I am moving right along, and I opted to do one at a time because sock school goes until next month, and I didn't want to finish so fast and just, stop paying attention to sock school, because my job is to be the cheerleader and I got to cheer everybody on. So as soon as I finish, I will start the other one and finish it. And then I think I told you guys that my next project is from Denise Bidone, and I will be using an orange yarn that I got from that damn Della. I'll talk about his mail. So I came home and my book was here. So you guys know, I guess it's been a month now that I participated in the panel discussion about diversity and inclusion with Squam Love, right? And Elizabeth Duvier is the brains, the founder behind Squam Love, and she has a book, guys. And the book is called Stories for My Sister. And she reached out to me. She said she told me about the book when we were talking. I'm gonna be totally honest and tell you I don't remember that. She said that I would share it, and of course I would. I have no doubts about, but I don't recall her telling me that. But at any rate, when she sent me the link, with the link there is an excerpt that you can read. And I will tell you that because I'm an only child, most of my favorite things don't require anyone else for me to enjoy them. So I used to be such an avid reader. As much yarn as I have in this house, I have that many books, right? I used to be such an avid reader. So it felt good to go through and read that little excerpt, because I feel like when you read, you're forced to paint the picture, right? You're forced to visualize, that bedroom, that house, that road they're driving down, the tree that they're sitting under, that all comes to life in your mind's eye. And that's the one thing that I've loved about reading all my life, that I got to be the director and the producer in my mind. And that shade of red was perfect in my mind's eye, right? Does that make sense? At any rate, I got this in the mail, and I'm looking forward to diving in, because the little pieces that I read so far I love. So thank you, Elizabeth, for gifting it. I was going to purchase it if you would have given me 5 minutes. But thank you for sending it to me. Shelby has a copy too, so thank you. And she has already started, and she already told me she loves it. I believe she had a story post up that she couldn't sleep one night because she just couldn't put it down. The book just grabbed her. So I'm looking forward to it grabbing me and reading. So I wanted to share that. So that's the mail. So this is the part where the GGism comes in, right? And I don't know that I necessarily have a GGism, but I can say this to you guys, especially those of you that frequent social media. You're in the midst of this conversation where it has its highs and its lows. It can be overwhelming. But I can honestly tell you, even when you're in a space where people don't necessarily agree, it's so easy. It's so much easier when it's face to face. Right? I can honestly tell you, when I first started talking on Saturday, I could see some tense shoulders. I could see some wrinkled foreheads, because I'm an observer by nature. I watch people, I read their body language. And as I continue to talk and tell the story and use my voice in my way, I watch the shoulders relax. I watch the wrinkles disappear in the forehead. I started getting the head nods, right? Because what I say about this whole thing, this inclusion, this diversity, this racism, this whatever you want to call it, right? Everybody should be afforded the chance to change. So if you're on the other side, if you did feel some kind of way about me because of the color of my skin, if you did jump to a conclusion about me because of the color of my skin, but decided to listen, decided to go past my skin color and get to know Gigi, the woman behind the orange obsession, right? And if you are willing to see, you know what, that was me, or you know what, the term I lived in a bubble came up a lot in the conversation, right? A lot of people shared that they grew up in environments where everybody looked just like them. Everybody had the same religious background, cultures, ate the same food, went to the same schools. The communities were small. Everybody knew everybody. So somebody like me walked through the neighborhood. Yeah, everybody's gonna look, because what is happening, right? So nothing wrong with that part, especially if here I come and nobody ever looks like me. But don't try to hold me down because I'm different. Don't try to keep me out because I'm different. Because I promise you, if you put aside our differences for just a moment and everybody laid on the table what they had in common, I promise you the legs of that table will buckle from the pressure, because we have more in common than we are different. And in this case, that commonality is fiber. So if you are someone that found me since January, welcome. I'm glad you're here. What I don't want is for you to just be here because I'm Black. There's so much more to me than that. So I hope by now, if that is what generated you here, if you felt like you needed some color in your timeline, right? The only color that should be important when it comes to me is orange, right? The fact that my skin is brown should have no bearing on anything. Now, if I'm a jerk, that's a whole nother conversation. Does that make sense, guys? So this weekend felt good because you'll see from the pictures an extremely diverse crowd. And what I like to refer to as the magic, right? Those that didn't know each other prior to, folks that I had a woman, she drove all the way from Maryland, bless her heart. I had someone else that came from New York. You had a crew that drove from Detroit. You had a couple that drove up from the Dayton area. From what I understand, that's like a 3-hour drive. Guys, and you know how I am about that word famous or whatever, right? So, I'm always proud when I'm invited to these things. But in my head, I'm just me. So I'm like, well, I don't have nothing to offer them but a hug, right? And the fact that people are willing to drive that distance for a hug, people that don't look anything like me, people that our backgrounds couldn't be more different. But, right? I found a way to use my voice in this very important conversation in such a way that even someone that may have hated me because I'm Black before is willing to listen, because I'm not beating them up about how they may have felt about somebody that's different, if that makes sense. So it was just, I'm full. So I'm gonna stop talking because I've talked too long, and I know I have more footage than so yeah. If this one is extra long, I'm sorry, but it's worth it, because I'm sure you'll feel good after you watch it. So as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And if you haven't shared one of my videos, this one in particular, please share. Tell a friend. And if you're new, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification button, because I upload once a week, usually on Sundays, unless I'm traveling and my flight gets canceled. But I'm here, so at least once a week. On purpose. Have a wonderful week, rest of August, rest of the year. Whatever it is that you want to be good, make it good on purpose. Hey guys, it is a little after 3. I am in the airport on my way to Ohio to all around the table yarns for the weekend. So by the time this is posted, I'm sure I would have met all of you Ohio folks by now. But yeah, here we go. You ready? I'm ready.
You can't like see it until you get super close.
So nice nightlife. And it looks like they have just about everything under the sun.
The other day, and I drank.
Guys, this ice cream is so good. Oh my god. Okay guys, it is 10:46 p.m. I'm just getting to the hotel. The first part of the night, went to the yarn shop. Cute little place. Got to meet the other owner and their families. We had a little intimate dinner. It was really nice. So I'm going to get me some rest because it has been a long day. And then we gonna do this. I'm feeling some kind of way. Because why people want to come to meet me? It should be fun. I'm excited. There's a trunk show. I got to show you guys the yarn that was dyed in my honor. It's called Aren't You Glad Gigi's Coming? So I'll have to show you guys that tomorrow. But yeah. So stay tuned. I'm going to bed. Okay, I am headed to the yarn shop now. Folks are waiting for me.
We cannot sort of believe our luck that this is our first year of business, and there is
First 6 months.
6 months. Yeah,
First 6 months.
And we love our jobs, and we love coming to work every day, and a lot of you have been the big reason why that is true, and we thank you so much. We thank the people who work with us, who make it so much easier to do what we're doing and tell us when we're doing it wrong. And we want to welcome Gigi Gay Glaspie, who is the yarn hoe. And the woman in orange. And we are very honored that you came all the way to Cleveland to talk about things that are on all of our hearts and minds right now. So it is an open discussion. It's not necessarily a speech, but we're going to let you start.
Okay, well, first off, thank you guys for having me. I'm always a little taken aback. I just said to Pam a few minutes ago, you know, when I get these invites and they say, you know, I want you to come to my shop, and I'm like, okay, for what? They were like, you know, we're going to have a Knit with Gigi Day. Okay. Like, I don't have anything to offer. All I got is a hug. You know, I don't, you know, I know a lot of this world is about selling things and raising revenue, and I'm like, I can bring some pens. Like, I don't have, you know, what is it that people want? And I find since January, what people want is to be safe. What people want is to be in a place where we can celebrate what we have in common versus focus on the differences, right? So I find people are gravitating to me because, you know, we're in the midst of a very difficult conversation in our industry. You know, we all love the yarn, whether we are hookers or we're knitters, we love the yarn, right? And for those of us that are truly here for the passion, all of the drama and all of the upheaval makes you uncomfortable, makes you want to shrink back away from what you love, right? So I think that folks gravitate to me simply because I can have that conversation but not make you feel uncomfortable, if that makes sense. I make you comfortable being uncomfortable, right? Because we have to have the conversation. We are very much different, right? But that doesn't make me any less of a knitter than it does you, all right? And I think that's why folks are more comfortable with. It is a conversation that needs to be had. I have walked in stores and been ignored, which is hard because orange, right?
Don't like orange.
Yeah.
They don't have to like it, but they saw me, right? They saw me. I'm a lot of things insignificant. I'm not. I hope I don't make the gentleman in the room uncomfortable, but if nothing else, you saw the print when I walked in. You saw it, right? So I had that situation, and I am a person, I don't automatically go to they're ignoring me because I'm black. That's the last thing that I think, to be honest with you. But when I'm walking in a store, I would have rather they follow me, right? Because they totally ignored me as if I wasn't there. And then I said, okay, maybe it's not a friendly shop. Like, I was making reasons for their behavior, right? Until somebody else came in the store and I heard the chimes. Because when I walked in, I didn't pay attention. I didn't hear the chimes. So I said, they knew somebody came in the door. And when the person that came behind me, who happened to not look like me, hi, can we help you? You looking for something in particular? Oh, okay, so you are actively choosing to ignore me. So I left. I don't make a fuss. I'm very much aware that my money is just as green as yours. My money is just as powerful. The presence of or absence of my money can make or break any store, right? I don't need to scream and holler. I'm not that person. I'm blown away, guys. The day is almost over. We're getting ready to do dinner. We are at Beth's home now, in her backyard. We're about to have dinner. It has been an amazing day. Amazing day. I'm a little shocked. The crowd, it was such a tremendous crowd. Everybody had on orange. Everybody brought gifts. It has just been a really good time. And I am overwhelmed at least. So this is the dinner crew. So far, almost everybody's here. But this has just been amazing. Amazing. Good morning. Good morning. You see Chloe. Say hi, Chloe. I am starting my day with Becca, formerly known as the Bagsmith, currently known as Trey I always say this wrong. Trey Chic Stitchery. I'm going to have breakfast with her. And I'm headed back to the yarn shop for day 2. I am so full. I'm tired, but I'm so full. The love, the conversation. We did have the diversity conversation. And it was wonderful. I'll be honest and say that I was a little apprehensive because of the area that I'm in. But it was awesome. It was awesome. And I always say you got to be in a comfortable space to be uncomfortable. And everybody chimed in. It was just really good. So I'm looking forward to day 2. I don't know that there'll be a conversation today, but I'm looking forward to day 2. I'm going to spend the morning with Becca, and then I will take you guys back to the shop with me. Bye. Okay, guys, here we go at Around the Table Yarns. Here we are. You have to come check this yarn.
I would come on in.
No, well, I was trying to get everybody.
Her meditation.
I didn't know. No, I was crocheting and talking to my husband at the same time. But I was like,
okay.
I just wanted to let them everybody set up and not be in their way.
See, another full table. We had 40 people in here yesterday. Wow. Gigi, which was amazing.
Great.
And the wonderful Melissa of Honeybee Knits, who I totally did not call out yesterday. So we are it's not fun. So she's having a little trunk show here today.
Just a
Beautiful
little something.
thing.
Just a little something.
Just a little something.
Yeah.
And in honor of our big guest today, Melissa has dyed a special colorway called Orange You Glad Gigi's here. Yes, we are.
That's great.
In 3 bases, the mohair, the worker, and the sparkle. It is lovely. I think we're all working on a little something. I'm working on the sparkle right now. It's gorgeous. So we've got some here. If you want something in a quantity we don't have, Melissa's going to be dyeing more, and we will have it ready to get either shipped to you if you don't live locally, or pick up here no later than the middle of September. So she's going to be doing a whole nother batch of the dyeing. So if you want a sweater quantity, we're already in the works to plan for all of that. So she's got beautiful, beautiful things here. Don't touch my pile in the center.
I've already put my pile away.
Unless we can might work something out because I'm auditioning, but I haven't quite decided. So, but thank you all for coming. My name is Pam Berkson, and this is my partner Beth Billings. We're the co-owners who barely know what we're doing here at Around the Table Yarns. We've only been open 6 months.
Wow.
And, but we feel like we have found a need in our community of people who want to get together and knit or crochet or talk or complain about the husband or kvetch about the kids or whatever, but people are wanting to be together, and we are just so thrilled that we came in at the right time and that everybody has found us and we have found them. We meet a new person every single day, and I think that is the best part of what we're doing. And this is the social table. It is always open when we're open. No appointment necessary except when we have a special guest. We're open every day because we're a little bit crazy. But if people come in and work on projects all day long, come for an hour. Sharon has lunch with us most days. Well, she eats lunch at her desk and then comes in and knits for lunch. You just took from my pile. It's a good thing we've known each other for nearly 12 years. Settle down. Something out. Thank you for letting me call out. But we're so grateful you guys all came. I hope you'll come back. This has just been a great place for us, and I hope it's a great place for you. Gigi was here yesterday and just, I think, draped a little orange cloud of wonderfulness over us, and we're still living in a little bit of an orange bubble, and that's going to continue today and hopefully on a go-forward basis, and that's our plan. So eat. I'm Jewish. Eat. You must eat. There can be no food left. If you think you're full, you're not full. There's more. The coffee has arrived as well.
You're just taking a break.
You're just digesting and coming back for
We're open
seconds.
till 5.
Right, exactly. So we pulled out a lot of extra chairs. Once we're all kind of done, Gigi's going to kind of guide us in a little bit of a conversation. We had a great conversation yesterday. It was so nice. And she's here to answer questions and just talk, and I hope everyone will speak up if you feel the need to speak up, and if you don't, that is okay. We're just glad you're here to listen. And afterwards, we'll put some of the chairs away so you can feel and touch all of the beautiful yarns. If you've never been here, I'll give you the spiel. Welcome to Around the Table Yarns. We have our yarn laid out by weight of yarn, starting with the lace weights yarn on that wall. Moves into fingering. There you go. Come on, Vanna. Show it off. Moving into the sock. And then into the sport DK. Sport and DK get a little, a lot of commingling going on there. But it can't be helped. And then Malabrigo calls something DK, but it's really worsted. Even though it's in the DK section, but it's crazy. And then worsted here, a little more worsted here. But beautiful, glazed here.
Yes.
And then moving around the bulkiest yarns at the end, and then ending at the end of the rainbow with the honeybee structure. Yay! And in each category of yarn, we have wools and non-wools. machine wash and hand wash in a variety of price points, because you'll find a $2 ball of yarn next to an $18 ball of yarn, or a $20 one, 50, whatever. We found quality things at great prices for everybody, because sometimes you just need a $2 ball of yarn that someone's going to spit up on. Sometimes you want to just drape yourself in a little luxury when the spit up's over. So we hope we found a little bit of something for everybody. I hope you'll come back. I hope you enjoy your day. And now we'll turn it over to. I gave you time to choose.
Well, I'll just say one
Were
thing.
you not following my cues?
I'll say one thing. In addition to Melissa, we have also tried to highlight other makers and other people who do things with their hands or dye yarns. So we have some other Cleveland-based and Ohio-based dyers, including Superfine, whose labels are turquoise, and there are different bases of her yarns at Sarah from Cleveland, and we also have Tina's Twisted Fibers. Her labels are white with black lettering, and we have quite a bit of that. We also have handmade bags. Many of the sewn bags that we have are handmade by local people and somebody who's a little bit further away. So the ones on the bookcase in the window are from St. Louis. It's a friend of mine. And his name is James. Knitting is his bag, and he does beautiful, beautiful work. Bella Cardon is the maker of these wonderful sock boxes, and we have a couple of hers left. Apparently they're going very hot on the Etsy site right now.
Isn't she all sold out?
She's all sold out on Etsy, so we have 2.
Yeah,
And
she does a great job.
and then the knitting bowls on the table are made by, she's very humble. Pam's son, Jack, is an engineer, and he's into 3D printing, and these are 3D printed bowls.
Oh. That's so cool.
So you're supporting local, and you're supporting independent, and you're supporting knitting and crochet in community, and we're really glad you're here. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
And we also need to give other people grace. Like recognizing that other people are going to make mistakes, and instead of this call out culture that's become the norm now, which is awful. Like instead of calling people out, call people in.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you said something that offended me. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
What did you actually mean by that? Instead of, oh my God, I can't believe so and so said such and such. You know,
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do on Wednesday.
But that's what we want to do. Instead of calling people out, calling me. Let's see what happens. Let's talk about it. And I think that a lot of the rift that's going on is based on the fact that the people are so angry, and they're so angry that they can't hear the other side. They're not giving people grace, and not giving them the opportunity to explain what they said, to make the apology. And then if somebody does make the apology, accept the apology.
Right.
Instead of saying, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. I'm sorry, I gave you my apology. You can't tell me how to apologize. I said it. That's it. Now, I don't know what you want. Do you want my toe? Like, I still need my toe.
I worked at a yarn shop for several years, ran their social media, built and ran their e-commerce site. And in my personal world, my fiance is black. And when January happened, one of the biggest joys about our relationship is that we come from not only different races, but completely different upbringings. And we've enjoyed bouncing that off each other and finding connections over differences. So that's for me one of my happiest things about my relationship. But I went to him and I said, can I tell you all about this and you tell me your opinion? Just like anything else over the dinner table. And so we talked about it, and we talked about it some more. And I said, me running a yarn store social media makes me feel some type of way beyond just me. Because I wanted, and I should say that, you start to feel like, this isn't sitting right with myself. I can't, I'm tolerating this, and I wanted somehow to make a difference. And in the end, I left because I was like, you know what, this is compromising me.
Okay, so day 2, I'm going to turn around so you can see this store is bustling once again. We had to talk again today, and I got a little emotional. My emotions took over a little bit, but it was good. It was good. I am happy. It was very successful. And once again, we got a full house of people. And I'm meeting so many nice folks. Like this lady, say hi. You're gonna be on the vlog. Hi. I made love the day. Get home safely. Look, and this one. This is a vlog. Say hi to the people.
Hey y'all. How y'all doing? We got Gigi. She ours today.
Yes. So I'm going to try to get another group shot in before the people start dispersing. But it has really been, it was good. It was today was good, right, you think?
It was so good.
It was good, right?
My heart is so happy.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. It's okay. We family now. I can do the full mouth. I can do the full mouth. So they have, I guess, their art installation around here. Everything is orange. So I had to come out here and take pictures with these orange chairs that they have lined up in front of the joint. They are just too cute. You know I had to take pictures of the orange chairs. Are these the cutest or what, guys? This is like their art thing. On the other side, there's like orange benches all over the place. Isn't that cute? So you're not gonna believe this, but my flight was canceled. So I'm still here at Beth's home, but this is the guest room. Orange! So it's time to get on, finally. So I'll get home sometime this morning. I'm tired, but I had a wonderful weekend. Wonderful, wonderful.